People like Paul don't come around often, and it's funny, you almost take it for granted, all the work that he's done.
Paul has been very passionate about asphalt even before my days, and when you say Paul Lum, pretty much everyone knew him in the industry, and a lot of it has to do with being on the Ontario Hot Mix Producers Association at the time, and he was also president of the association, part of the board, and all the other committees there, technical committee, from what I remember. I think he's even won a few other awards with OOMPA during that whole time, just with the amount of work that he put into the association. So certainly that's well deserving of getting this award. He's so passionate in asphalt. He's kind of reason why I guess you could say that I've stayed in asphalt as well, whether it be at Ashwarden and kind of further into Lafarge. We got to try all kinds of different technologies, emerging technologies in asphalt. And the other thing too that Paul also pushed on was, whenever we got like a ministry contract or a municipal contract, he would always try to look at trying to create a value-added product. So again, with super pave, warm mix, stone mastic asphalt, those were the things he was always pushing on, so that the Ministry of Transportation and the regions and municipalities got to see this.
Paul is actually a two-time winner of our Earl Key Award. So he's the first two-time winner of the award. It gives you some idea of how much work Paul did put into the association through the 90s and the 2000s. Almost 3 decades he's put a lot of work into the association. He certainly chaired the technical committee for many years and was on the technical committee for, I'm going to say, close to 15, 20 years. So he's a huge contributor. He was very instrumental in introducing SuperPave to the Ontario industry. He did many presentations, educational presentations to both our industry, the aggregate industry. He was all over the place for almost 2-3 years there as we developed SuperPave. Paul organized and spoke to the Pavin members, did a nice presentation on SuperPave, and it was one of the very first SuperPave contracts in Ontario. I'm going to guess around year 2000. It was one of our most successful pave-ins ever. At any time that we had to do training for the industry, Paul was always volunteering. And Paul was instrumental in understanding that in order for things to work, we had to get out the word, had to educate our association members, and Paul was there volunteering every time. You think back and you realize that, hell, when you look at that list, he's only our 14th recipient of the Honorary award, and he is well placed in that list of people that we've bestowed that honor to. I would have to say, one of the top people, and so it's well deserved, and it's about time that we did recognize him.